5 of us have come from America in search of the animal that people here call Nokhoi Zeekh, the Wolverine. Local herders and hunters tell me that they're here, and pelts confirm their presence. But how many are there? Where exactly do they live and travel in this wild landscape? In an attempt to answer these questions, we're on an ambitious month-long, 230-mile snow track survey through northern Mongolia's Darhad region. Our goal is to document Wolverine tracks and collect DNA samples from hair and scat. After walking the length of the Andes Mountains, expedition leader Greg Trainish founded Adventurers and Scientists for Conservation, an organization dedicated to connecting the outdoor and scientific communities. On this expedition, everyone is both adventurer and scientist. Jason Wilmot is a biologist who has studied wolverines for more than a decade. He's also an expert Nordic skier. He spends hours out front each day, tirelessly breaking trail. Forrest McCarthy is a mountaineer and wilderness advocate who also spent years working on wolverine research. His skills as a skier, route finder, and biologist are essential to the expedition. Expedition photographer Jim Harris, whose degree in wildlife biology helped inspire his participation, is the first to find a wolverine scat and collect DNA. It's easy to imagine that we're the first explorers of an untrammeled wilderness, yet we follow the routes of nomadic Darhad, Mongolian, and Tuvan herders who have traveled these mountains for centuries. Charai Pass. Mongolian herders drive a seemingly endless train of livestock from winter pasture. Travois packed with everything they own, it's their annual spring migration over the mountains to the Darhad Valley. For millennia, people here have coexisted with the region's wildlife, including the wolverine. Now these mountains are part of a vast protected area, little studied by science, but deeply known by the people who live here. I'm the director of the Mongolian Wolverine Research Project, which I started in 2009. I'm fluent in the language, I have cultural and scientific skills, but the least backcountry experience in the group. Still, I jumped at the chance to participate in something that would test my limits. I think we all wonder at some point why we're really out here. To aid the survival of the species? To gain scientific knowledge? Or are we using the pursuit of science to indulge a thirst for adventure? Is it possible to do all of these things at once? Wolverines are engineered for cold, rugged landscapes. They can travel 20 miles or more in a day. To follow them, to survive in their country, you have to adapt yourself to the landscape in the way that they do. Find yourself bigger feet to move on, learn to sleep in the snow, learn to survive on scant food, learn to answer hardship with sheer willpower. Herders say that Nokhoi Zeekh is an animal that never stays in one place. One day it's on this mountain, the next day it's on another. They say that you'll see its tracks everywhere in the snow, but that you seldom see the animal itself. They say it's sacred to Erlik Khan, the lord of the underworld. They say that it can disappear at will. The massive tracks, 5-toed and clawed, are indeed abundant. The animal remains invisible. By the end of the expedition, we've collected 33 DNA samples. We've suffered frozen leather boots, sub-zero temperatures, 24 days of freeze-dried food, and endless trail breaking through deep, unconsolidated snow. We'll offer Mongolian colleagues more knowledge about wildlife populations in this remote protected area. We'll offer Wolverine biologists a glimpse of a poorly known population. The 5 of us have experienced a wild winter landscape few foreigners have seen. We've gained valuable information on one of the planet's least understood wild animals. We've gained insight into the cultures of the Darhad and our own. We've come to understand that this place is wild, but not an uninhabited wilderness. That its wildness is intimately connected to the culture which depends on this landscape and which values it in all its ferocity and harshness. And that we too are part of cultures, scientific, outdoor, or both, that depend on wildness. We may never fully know why we're drawn to these wild places and experiences, but we will all keep seeking them. We'll keep asking. We'll continue to search for Nokhoi Zeekh. and we all hope to contribute to the conservation of the Earth's remaining wild places.
Phenomenal day in the high country of Mongolia. Love it.